Welcome everyone, one and all, to my reaction to Season 1, Episode 4 of Bridgerton, An Affair of Honour. So, last time, obviously, we ended with Simon and Daphne very much on the rocks. It seems as though Simon was persuaded to actually listen to his feelings, or what he perceives to be his feelings, and he thinks that that means that he needs to let Daphne go and leave her alone. But I don't agree with that. I think that this story is leading in the direction of Simon sort of like discovering that really he does want love, really he does want to find a family. He's just like so caught up in the pain of his past that he can't get past that before thinking about what he really wants, you know? So fingers crossed he has a good little look inside and figures out what he wants, but I guess we shall see. But yeah, as of Daphne right now, she has taken the hand of the prince, so he's gonna have to fight to get her back and have to fight to keep her around, you know? But there's definite feelings there. There is a bond there, so as long as he realizes that soon, I think there's not going to be a problem with getting her back, you know. But yes, anyway, with that said, very excited to get into it and see where the story goes. So without further ado, let's go. Also, just quick, please ignore the boxes in the back. I am doing a deep clean of my office, which it may look normal to you, but behind that shelf is where I hide all of the shit. So trust and believe it has been a process. But yes, with that said, let's jump in.
Is that her?
The incomparable who captured the prince's eye.
Incomparable? Oh shit.
Everyone seems to have quite an opinion.
Evidently. I mean, to be fair, in this society, it seems like everyone has an opinion of everything.
Her Majesty Queen Charlotte and her esteemed nephew Prince Friedrich of Prussia.
Oh, nephew. I missed that before. Okay, so there is literally a family link between them. I thought it was just, you know, like, political. I don't really like that, I'm gonna be honest. Daphne. Not thinking of another man.
Miss Bridgerton, are you unwell?
He's like, girlie, are you okay? You're short of breath? Like, you're getting red in the face?
Should you not be off somewhere with your governess?
I should. My governess has the very same questions as me.
The governess is like, quick, go ask her.
Though this, he may have let the diamond slip through his fingers for now, but I shall wager he is not a man to ever hide from a fight.
I agree, but I don't think he realizes that he wants to participate in the fight yet. I don't think he's got there, but he will.
I've never asked a favor, but I implore you not to miss this match.
Only thing His Grace would like to miss is the chance of seeing the Bridgerton girl on the arm of a prince.
Damn, girlie.
Perhaps you'd like to dig a little deeper today, Your Grace, and help us fatten the match organisers' purses as well as ours.
Hell yeah.
What?
I mean, listen, she's got a point.
Her needlework is divine. And of course she sings and plays the pianoforte very prettily.
Oh my god, when he was looking at her, I was literally thinking to myself, why is he trying to like see her dress size to make something for her? Like, what's going on? He's literally looking her up and down like he's buying a fucking object.
Try her out in company.
I hate him.
See how she acquits herself.
I hate him so much.
I have had suitors calling on me every morning this week. If you think I'm going to marry that vile...
Yeah.
Those suitors are courting you, my dear. That could take weeks. Months. How do you imagine they would react 6 months hence when that whelp of yours pops out looking the picture of health?
So what's the difference
Lord
with marrying an
Rutledge is
old
in
man?
want of an heir. He will not ask questions.
So you're telling me that this man won't care if she has a child that's from another man, so long as he has a child? It's like a part of you thinks, oh, that's nice that he's not judging and he doesn't need a biological child, but what a fucking deplorable man. He is, like, the way he was looking her up and down, I can't even think about that. It's making me so uncomfortable.
Why we cannot simply send Miss Thompson back to her father in the country.
The matter's not for discussion. A gentleman's caller.
She really said, please tell me, and he's like, no.
Good day. Daisies. Always trouble my nose.
Why did you bring daisies then?
Miss Philippa Featherington.
Oh shit. They're all like, wait a minute. Are you sure?
Why must our only options be to squawk and settle or to never leave the nest? What if I want to fly?
I do get it. Eloise is an interesting character because sometimes she does come across as a little bit too like a little bit too anti the way things are, only because it's like some women may genuinely want to find love, get married, have kids, and that might be like genuinely what they want out of life, and that's fine. Like, you're allowed to have that. And that's where a character like Eloise can get a little bit frustrating, because it's like you can't just deny that those women do also have wants and wishes out of life. They are just different than yours. But I do understand why she is so anti, because that's the only like socially acceptable way for a woman to live her life.
Brilliant woman of business who falls the entire ton whilst pocketing their money. Imagine the life she must lead. The independence. We must meet her, so that she might share her secrets of how to avoid such a wretched, uninteresting thing.
Sorry for not talking, but this is an interesting conversation.
If anyone can find her, it is us, I rather think.
Look, if I could get out of any of the week's events to help you, I certainly would.
Sorry to pause so quickly, but that was like such a key piece of information. I have literally said that my only two suspects for Lady Whistledown are these two. So the fact that they are having a conversation about her identity is crazy to me. Eloise brought it up quite naturally, and also the emotion that I'm getting from her is not from someone that I would think was trying to keep her identity a secret. Like, why put it into your friend's mind to look for their identity? So that's kind of put a spanner in the works on my feelings towards Eloise being Lady Whistledown. Penelope, though, it hasn't made it like better or worse. It's just interesting to watch Penelope talk about this, considering she is now my prime suspect, you know, because she's not anti it, but she is equally not saying that she will help Eloise to find their identity. I guess we will just have to see where this goes in terms of their hunting of Lady Whistledown. If it does actually continue and we see Penelope push back quite a bit and be like, oh no, let's leave her alone, that will definitely become a lot more suspicious. But if they do eventually find time to look for identity and they both start looking, then it will kind of throw them both out in my books, because you won't really want to be having your identity at risk. But I just can't think of who else it could be apart from these two when we think about the women that we know in the show. Like, I would be absolutely shocked if it was anyone other than these two. These are the only two where if it was revealed that it was either one of them, I would think, ah, okay, makes sense, you know?
I would appreciate your expert tutelage if you would join me. Miss Bridgerton?
Uh-oh.
Of course.
Okay, here's where we have trouble.
Hastings.
Of course, our underdog, Mr. Mondridge, shall emerge victorious.
I, for one, have 40 shillings on Mr. Gillespie. He is the prince's man.
Oh, that's crazy that the prince has got a man and the duke has got a man. It's like they're fighting for them. Honestly though, let's be real. If we were like having feelings for a man and we saw him standing there pulling his, I would be gone. I'll be on the floor.
That said, I attended school here in England, and I have often thought there's no better place to live.
Oh.
Or to raise a family.
Oh shit, okay. So she won't have to move?
I grew up with many cousins running underfoot. I believe I should like the same for my children one day.
No.
If my wife were amenable, of course.
I mean, to be fair, of all the men that we've seen in the show and in this world, he does seem like a lovely man. It's just her heart belongs somewhere else at the moment, so. Daphne, was that intentional? Smiling, giggling, and looking over. Plant a facer. Hey, what a mate. Good job. You showed them. Should have gone for the Duke's man, my boy. That could either go one of two ways. Either the Duke is going to see that and think, look, she's happy, I made the right decision of backing off, or the jealousy is going to come in, which I think is the more likely one, and he's going to think, fuck, I don't like seeing her with that man. That's making me feel weird. Why is that making me feel weird? Oh, I have feelings for her. What the fuck am I doing? I got to get her back.
I merely need 2 days to raise the blood.
Does he have the money to give? I feel like he doesn't.
Are you to tell me you're not an artist yourself? But either way, you should come by my studio.
Okay.
And I think you will find my real work far less,
oh, how did you put it? Cold and lacking inner life.
Yeah, that might have been his words.
Never quite certain, but now it is clear your intentions with Daphne were honourable after all.
Damn.
She has found herself a prince, and you are going on your way.
Oof. Yikes.
Might we have a word?
Certainly.
Is he going to ask him for his sister's hand in marriage? Is that what this is?
Was he also present?
I do not know. If the Duke was there, I did not see him.
Her mum's like, sure.
Prince Friedrich has asked for my permission to propose.
Yep, okay. Here we go.
So soon? What did you tell him?
that I know better than to answer for my sister.
Oh, that's so nice. I actually love that. Much better than you were before.
You need not decide now. You certainly have not known him long.
Let me know when you have an answer, and I shall convey it.
That's so nice that Anthony has had like a change of views on Daphne and her decision making, you know, like actually do leave it in her hands. It's her fucking life. But I'm curious about her mother's point of view here, because you would think that her mother would jump on something like this and say, oh no, it's the prince, like marry him. But I think she can sense that Daphne's heart belongs somewhere else, and she doesn't want to like sway her daughter in the wrong direction if it's going to make her miserable. But for all I know, there's some other reason. But yeah, I want to hear from her mother, see what her point of view is here.
I only wondered if you wear that necklace at tonight's ball, what will the Duke think?
Oh, Mama.
Until you have decided to accept the prince's proposal, I simply think you should keep your mind open.
Oh, so she's rooting for the Duke. Okay.
He's leaving.
No, I know my daughter. I know it was not nothing between you.
You do not know.
Oh, my darling, she knows. She may not have all the details. She knows what you feel.
It was a lie. Duke and I, we were pretending. Also, I could attract a suitor of high enough rank.
Uh-huh. Convince yourself of that.
We got what we wanted. You did too. I now have a prince.
Don't be silly, Daphne.
And what I've seen between you and the Duke...
It was not real, Mama.
I know she doesn't want to listen because it's painful right now because she wanted it and the Duke called it off, but ignoring that and pretending it wasn't real isn't going to do her any favors. So come on, Daphne. Just listen. Accept. Even if it means you have to move on, if Simon doesn't come back and everything, just accept those feelings so you can move on.
I'm sorry, Mama. I'm so sorry. It is a beautiful necklace.
Oh, I like that. I was going to be upset if her mum like walked out in anger that she was lying. I'm glad that her mum can see that she is very hurt right now.
Look at our king. Look at their marriage. Look at everything it is doing for us. We were two separate societies, divided by color, until a king fell in love with one of us.
Oh shit, okay. That's so cool. I've been waiting to see if we were going to have like any explanation for this society, because obviously we have a lot of different races mingling within a single society, which yeah, we could just like live in the fantasy world and not focus on that, but it is a fact that there are different races. So why have we got to this point where they've all come together? There must be history there, you know? So I'm glad that we're actually getting that. Okay, so two separate societies divided by color. King and queen got married. So I assume the king was white then. I assume he's a white man and he married a black lady, and that's why this has now birthed this new society. But the queen isn't that old. So are you saying that like even back in the day, say because for instance, the reason I'm questioning things is because Simon's dad was obviously a black man. So I'm thinking, okay, he was already a noble. So even though the society was divided, were there still noblemen who were black? It was just like a very split society down the middle, but now things are different. Is that what they mean? It wasn't like there was a problem of power. It was just a problem of division. Very curious about the history of all this. I have heard that apparently the Queen Charlotte show delves a lot more into that, which now makes sense now that I found out that it was that marriage that caused this. Okay.
May just as easily change his mind. A mind, as we all know, that is hanging on by one very loose and tenuous thread. So no, I am sorry, Lady Danbury. We are in disagreement here.
Intriguing.
Love changes nothing.
So it seems as though in his eyes, the society is still, like, basically there's cracks in it. And it's very delicate. We haven't seen any notions of racism so far, though, have we? Unless I've just been blind to it. Which, apologies if so, but I don't think we have.
How eager she is to converse with you.
I don't need a conversation. I shall like to see how she spins.
Good luck, girly pop. I'm so sorry.
Oh, what a delectable frock. Almost the exact shade of double Gloucester your mother served at tea this afternoon.
That's fucking crazy.
You could have chosen anyone. You have gentlemen lined up to pay you tribute. Yet you did not hesitate to steal my chance for happiness away, did you?
Right, listen, I would 1000% be understanding of what you're saying here, girly pop. He's a prince. Don't act like Daphne could have chosen anyone. He's a prince. Of course he's like the prize of the season. Shut up. Like, it was absolutely nothing to do with you.
The man made his choice, Cressida. What did you expect me to do?
Yeah. I don't blame Daphne one bit for that. Like, what? That being said, I think he would be happier with the other woman only because Daphne's heart is torn right now, but... Absolute mood.
Mr. Bridgerton, come in. Come in. Thank you.
Maybe it's just me because I'm constantly looking for gay vibes, but I'm getting some homosexual energy from this man. I will say that. I could be completely wrong.
There are advantages to being the second born.
Heirs have the responsibility. Second sons have the fun.
Hell yeah.
So?
Until the heir dies, and then you're kind of thrown in the shit. This is cool, though, because we know that he's been struggling with the idea of not wanting to conform to society the same as Eloise. I thought her face looked familiar. I'm stupid.
Quite the affair, Lady Trowbridge. You have such striking taste.
The actress who plays Lady Featherington is impeccable. Like, she plays it so well.
Papa told him something and now
Oh.
I loved him.
I don't know if you loved him, but what the fuck did your dad say?
He may not be a lord, but he's perfectly suitable. And Philippa has no other suitors.
Then we shall wait until next season.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Truly wish to embarrass me further tonight, and advise against it.
They seem suited in their marriage. They both seem like assholes. I'm gonna say that right now. They are not very nice people. I suppose you could say that he does care for his children, but then you could say that she does as well, trying to marry. It's like,
Must I explain myself to you?
Yes. You must. After all, I am a Bridgerton, so therefore your mistress.
Oh wow, girlie really tried to pull rank. Like, no, that's not how that works.
My room, Eloise.
Thinking perhaps you are Lady Whistledown.
Okay, that's that down the drain.
Are you not meant to be the smart one?
I beg your pardon.
That was a fucking drag. She just dragged her through the dirt. Get fucked, Eloise. Oh my god, that was a beautiful sentence.
I would be working for you if I had all the money Whistledown does.
Good point as well. Has to be someone in high society.
Do you not think the boy bears a passing resemblance to Lady Trowbridge's footman?
Penelope, what a barb.
Yeah, there's some energy between these two, but they're both very against. Well, seems like Penelope's the most against it.
Need not continue to prove your virtue to me, my girl. There are the things a man looks for in a wife.
Oh my god, stop. Oh, well done, Colin. Thank you.
Spin me away and perhaps I shall recover.
Aww. Let's go. What a gent.
My brother Colin certainly knows how to make things memorable.
There's a slight hint of judgment there.
The truth is, I left to find someone to start a life with, to have a family with. One question to ask. Is Bridgerton?
I need a moment.
Yeah, not in front of everyone. You won't be able to recover from that. If Cressida does walk out here, that'll be a very intriguing conversation.
Miss Bridgerton.
Oh, that's not Cressida. That is not Cressida.
That is wholly unnecessary. We are not friends. We never were friends, as you made abundantly clear.
Shit, throw it back at him. Throw it back.
But you should know that your apology has absolutely no effect on my life.
Okay.
Nor does your leaving London.
Okay.
And so you truly believe him the best man for you?
How dare you question my choices? I do not have to explain myself to you. I do not owe you anything.
Hell yeah, girlie.
I am going to be a princess.
I'm with her in sentiment, but we know that that's not how she really feels. But, like, he did that. He pushed her away, so...
Well, then leave.
Yeah. If you're really not going to do anything, you're going to keep pulling her heart like this, go away. Go.
Miss Bridgerton!
Sorry, before we continue this, I know it's hard for him. Don't get me wrong. I'm not someone who's, like, not empathetic towards his own struggles. But, like, from an outside perspective, considering how he is stringing her along, it's not fair. You pushed her away. You shoved her to the ground, basically. That's how she felt. Her heart was torn in that moment. And you just keep coming back and hurting her again. If you're going to leave, leave. If you're not going to leave, express your feelings. Do it. Fuck it. Just say it to her. Because to just stand there and do nothing is so unfair.
I forbid you to go any further.
You cannot tell me what to do.
Forbid you. Piss off.
You will not listen.
Oh shit. I'm concerned that Cressida followed. Because she was looking at Daphne like she was like, huh, what's happening here? Daphne. I don't blame you. Someone's going to be watching. I know they are. Fuck. Oh no! Oh, that's the worst person.
You'll marry her. We can only hope that no one saw you take such liberties and that my sister is safe. Further mortification. You will marry her.
Jesus.
A duel? Anthony, you cannot.
He dishonors you, sister. He dishonors you and me and the very Bridgerton name. You have duped us both, but I shall not see my sister pay for my own misdeeds.
Wow. Shit. One, I have to say, absolutely love Anthony. Like, when you look at it from a modern perspective, this does all seem silly, but like when you're in that world, he has just seen his sister defiled, her innocence taken from her. Like, there's no worse thing that you can do to someone in Daphne's position, considering like her whole life has been leading to this moment of finding a husband, and for you to just go out of your way and ruin that, basically, that's not going to go down well. And also his personal attachment to Simon himself and them actually having a friendship, this is going to hurt so much more. What a huge betrayal, you know? I do love also that he's not like throwing this at Daphne as well, because the fact that like she would be ruined in society's eyes is disgusting in its own right. And like, why does that not apply to him as well? Why is he not then ruined in society's eyes? So I'm glad that this wasn't thrown back at her, even though it was a mutual decision to kiss. But yeah, fuck. That being said though, it was a mutual decision to kiss after he initiated it and after he had already basically ruined her. You know what I mean? So I don't think you can really put any blame on her in that situation. Like, he made that decision, and then the look on her face when he said, I can't marry her. Oh, she really had hope. She really thought that, oh my God, wait, this is the moment. He loves me. He wants to be with me. And then he's like, wait, actually, no. Oh.
You would rather die than marry me.
Oh, my darling, no.
I am truly sorry.
Oh, that's horrible. Oh, that's so horrible. No.
Our sister has a headache. I'm taking her home. See to mother, will you?
Daphne, you looking well?
Oh, piss off, Cressida.
I knew something was amiss when you insisted we keep Miss Thompson, but did I quarrel with him? No.
Oh.
I did what I was told and I did my best.
Oh, okay. Well, we're about to find out.
He is kind and funny and a surprisingly accomplished dancer. And, well, I'm sure you've seen him with the small Bridgertons.
No, no, no.
Surely, though Colin is a touch young for marriage, you do need someone who'll propose soon.
Oh no, this is so bad.
He is eager.
Girly Pop, pick up on the body language here. Is it Colin? Oh. Well, it was a Bridgerton.
Not paid any attention, so while you were at the ball...
Eloise, I do not care. People have real problems, mature problems that have nothing to do with the secret identity of some silly writer.
And you are so mature now.
Oh, shit.
You do not care about marriage.
Well, what if I do? I cannot expect you to understand. Not everyone can be a pretty Bridgerton.
Oh, shit. Wow. Oh, this is a... This is the problem when you put your feelings down, you don't talk about them, you don't deal with them, you suppress, it all comes out in an explosion. It's been very clear for a while that Eloise's point of view on marriage and everything has been like a slight sore spot for Penelope, because even though Penelope is also an intellectual, even though Penelope does have a very similar personality to Eloise, they are very different in the sense that Penelope does actually seemingly want a marriage. She does actually seemingly want to find love, and I think that that is a sore spot in their friendship that Penelope has not brought up before, and because she hasn't brought it up, it's all just come out in one big rage. So I don't think Eloise deserved that at all, but I do understand where Penelope was coming from. It does kind of throw me in the air though, because when Eloise mentioned it has to be a lady in society who people pay no attention to, I was thinking, well, if we're being honest, Penelope does kind of fit that role in it seems like all the Featheringtons are kind of ignored in society, which sucks, because they all do seem like lovely young girls, but I was thinking that sounds right, but then Penelope's reaction there kind of threw me off though, because it didn't feel like someone who was Lady Featherington, you know? I didn't get that vibe from her, so maybe I am barking up the wrong tree. Maybe I have been looking in the wrong direction. The problem is like, even if that's wrong then, who else could it be? Like, I don't know. I'm so lost.
I should have protected you better. I knew his true nature from the start.
You think that just because I'm a woman, I'm incapable of making my own choices?
Yeah, that is starting to come across like that.
Do you even care that Simon has dishonoured me, as you say, or is it your own male pride that you seek to satisfy?
Yeah, I hadn't thought about that angle, but I am actually,
What I could not live with is the Duke's death on my hands, nor yours. However tempting that may be at this very moment.
It has been decided.
Oh, this is madness.
Oh.
Daphne, bed.
God. fucking threw Benedict in there. I hadn't really thought about the angle of like Anthony's own pride. I was kind of happy that he was treating Daphne quite well and not like getting down on her or anything, because like in the eyes of society, she would be the one punished for that interaction, not the Duke. So it was nice that that wasn't like a big explosion at her. But the second that she started bringing stuff up, I was like, wait a minute, yeah, it does kind of feel like he's doing it out of his own sense of pride. It does feel like he's not angry with her because he's more angry that like his pride, his like strength of defending his family was brought into question because they kissed. Doesn't necessarily feel like he's doing it to simply protect his sister, but I do still think his actions are noble. It does seem as though he's doing it from not necessarily a personal place of pride, but from a place of family pride and not wanting everyone to like face punishment for this, you know? It's a tough one. It's a complicated society. It's like sometimes it seems so simple, but then secondly, it just feels so like, what?
You're clearly sober. I'm sober enough to know when you're being impertinent. Good night.
Oh my god, Girly really said I'm not just down in one glass, I'm down in them all.
Good God, did someone die?
Maybe by tomorrow. We'll have to see.
I'm to meet Anthony Bridgerton at dawn.
Exactly how insulted was she?
No words need be said. Jesus.
I believe you may have strayed too far from home tonight.
Sienna,
Oh my
please.
god, Girly.
An affair of honor.
If I live to see sunrise, I am free. I'm free of society, free of these rules, the very ones that keep us apart.
Must be hard, like, when you are still relatively young to have such heavy weights on you. I just still don't think this duel is necessary nor in something that should be done, considering you're talking about breaking the law and potentially going to prison and everything. You're gonna have to leave the country, like, Jesus Christ. But I understand that it's what he thinks he needs to do, so we'll see. Oh no.
I found your ledgers. I know of every transaction.
They're poor, aren't they? The way he was behaving earlier, they don't have money, do they?
I know about your gambling. I know about your debts.
I shall not.
Including our girl's dowries. You owe her father too. So the question certainly is not what I know. The question is, what are you gonna do about it?
What a piece of shit to spend all that. She's like, emotion?
I failed you. I failed our daughters.
Oh my god.
Portia.
She's literally lost. This is fascinating. Oh, that was such a weird interaction. Ugh.
They will both do the gentlemanly thing and fire their pistols wide. Now, allow them to bring this ugly business to a conclusion themselves.
Interesting. They'll both do the gentlemanly thing and fire their pistols wide.
And neither did anyone else. You should be happy that no one saw anything.
Daphne, you looking well? Did you catch a chill in the garden?
Oh?
You must tell me. Where have they gone?
Did she see, or is Daphne using this to manipulate Colin? Because we didn't see that she saw.
An additional task. In the top drawer of my desk, you shall find the name of a lady. If I die, you must ensure she is provided for. Do you swear?
Oh, that's so sweet.
Benedict, do I swear?
Bro, that's so sweet. I assume he's talking about the singer that he's with. Well, neither you or Simon are dying here, so I'm interested to see what happens. I assume Daphne's going to turn up right at the right moment. Daphne? Jesus.
Oh, good God.
Imagine if Anthony missed that bad that he killed her.
Tell me.
Perfectly well. No thanks to you, idiot.
Also, sorry, before we continue this, am I right in assuming that the way that the Duke was holding his gun, it was implied that Anthony was aiming to shoot and the Duke was aiming to miss? Is that what that was? Or was that like preparations before shooting? You know what I mean? I'm taking it away as like the Duke was firing wide, but Anthony was aiming for him.
I require a moment with the Duke. I require a moment with the Duke.
Oh, okay. She wants to talk to him. Let's go.
Cressida Cowper witnessed us in the garden. She knows. If you do not marry me, I shall be ruined.
Daphne, I cannot.
Did you not hear me?
Try and get past your pain towards your father, please. I think you do want to marry her.
I know you do not love me, but I never thought you could despise me so.
Daphne, you must know if we were to wed, I can never give you children.
Ah, okay. Okay, I didn't think about that angle.
There will be no need to resume.
I think she's going to agree.
The Duke and I are to be married.
Will that be a happy marriage, though, if you're giving up so much, my darling? Oh, God. It always catches me off guard with Bridgerton. I don't know why, because, like, of course that's a good point to end. I'm just never expecting it. But, yeah, yikes. Oh, that's a tough one. So yes, there we have season 1, episode 4 of Bridgerton. Fantastic episode. I love that we actually got to see how a duel works, because I've been intrigued about that since we first found out about it. But yeah, this decision between Daphne and Simon, I don't know how I feel about it, because Daphne, growing up in the household that she has obviously got this idea of what a perfect happy life is, especially compared to like her mum and dad and everything. And so the idea of giving up children, that is a big thing for her. I don't know if it's going to be something she can so easily let go of as she's assuming she can. Like, she's made this decision quite hastily and hasn't really thought it through. So I do think this is going to be a problem as they go forward. I do think that this is going to be an issue for both of them, because can you truly be happy in a marriage where you're giving up so much of what you dreamed your life would be? I personally don't think so. I don't think that that's how that can happen. I don't think that you would ever be able to truly be happy in that situation. I think you would always feel like something is missing in your life. So we shall see how Daphne gets on with that. But yeah, that is tough. This whole thing with Cressida, though, I don't think Cressida saw, unless I'm just like not picking up on the things that Daphne was. I mean, obviously Cressida was acting like a smug little bitch, let's be real, but Cressida always acts like that. So I don't think that that's like fair enough to say that that is definitely evidence to say that she did see. I think that Daphne is using it to manipulate them. I think that Daphne is using it to try and make them make a decision based on like, what would you call it? Like the pressure. That's it. Like the pressure of someone knowing obviously advances this a lot further than let's duel and then we'll see what happens after that, you know? So I think that's what she was doing, but let me know if I've missed something key that was meant to make me realize that she saw them. But yeah, we explored quite a few relationship dynamics this episode. Obviously, we got to see a big blow up between Eloise and Penelope, which was cool because we finally got that reveal of Penelope telling Eloise how she really feels and what she really wants out of life. Even if it was exaggerated, I don't think that is like fully how Penelope feels. I feel like it was one of those situations where, faced with the emotion over Colin being with the other woman. I need to look up her name because I keep forgetting it. I think it'll be in a Patreon post that someone very kindly put all of the names in. So let me check that quick. Marina, that's it. Yeah, that situation between Marina and Colin. I don't think that Colin had feelings for Marina. If anything, I think Colin did that for Marina for Penelope. I think that that's the vibe that I was getting. But obviously I understand why Penelope wouldn't see it that way. But yeah, I think because of that situation, emotions high and everything, she just had like a complete shift of like, no, marriage is important to me, I think she went like 1,000% into it, when in reality, she may want those things. They may be a part of her, but they're not everything to her like some of the other women in this show. So I think that it was quite exaggerated, but I think that blow up did need to happen so that Penelope could get her feelings out to Eloise, because obviously she hasn't explained what she wants out of life to Eloise before. So I do think that that was important, even though an apology is probably necessary at this point. But we also got to see advancement for other side characters. Like we got to see advancement for Benedict and seeing him sort of like express himself through art and going to see that guy. I am definitely getting queer vibes from that, but we'll see how that develops. That could just be me like seeing what I want to see. You know what I mean? But even like Penelope's sisters, we even got a little bit more screen time for them. I think that now that we've got this like established story, we can now start branching out. We don't need to like fully focus on the main characters, so that's been quite nice to see. So I hope we do get to see some more stories with the side characters as well, because it definitely, what's the right word? It like fills the world out a bit more. It makes it feel a little bit more realistic now that we're exploring many people apart from like just 3, you know? But yeah, with that said though, great episode, loved it, loved the things we explored. I believe we do have a few Patreon questions, so let me just go and check that now. Right, our first question is very just general. They're basically asking if I have plans to react to Queen Charlotte, which we did discuss earlier. Let me know down below. I probably am going to do it, but I don't know when I'll do it. So if you would rather I do it between season 2 and 3, definitely let me know. If not, I'll do it after season 3. But yeah, just give me a vibe as to what you guys are feeling. But our next and only question for the actual episode, I believe, it's a question for episode 3. Did Simon cross the line by being clearly sexually explicit with Daphne in episode 3? Wait, what was it in episode 3? Oh, yeah. The like masturbation conversation. Did he cross a line? I suppose if he crossed a line is more of a personal thing. I don't think so. Only because from my perspective, the fact that these women are not taught these things, the fact that they are not given the ability to explore their own sexuality is a disservice to them, in my opinion. I think that we're all human, we all have our own bodies, and we should have the freedom to explore them and to find pleasure as we see fit. You know, I don't think that it's fair to keep that information from people. Do I think that it was crossing the line, though? In their society, absolutely was it crossing the line. My God. My own personal opinion, it's a hard one, because it's not like he was some stranger. They were getting feelings for each other. There was like some element there. Even when he was telling her, there felt like a level of intimacy just in that intimacy in that conversation. So I don't know if I would say he's crossing the line, in my opinion, but I suppose it is just a personal thing. Some people would definitely see that as crossing the line, but I don't know. I don't. I see it more as like a sharing of information that she should already have, you know? But yes, with that said though, like I said, great episode, loving the story so far. My favorite part of the episode was definitely exploring side characters. I feel like we need a little bit more of that. I feel like we need to sort of like expand the world a bit, get to know some other people, get to see how they are in their life, what their wants and needs are, and yeah, just major plus for the episode all around. But with that said, thank you very much for watching. I left a link down below to my Patreon, be able to find the early and uncut reactions to Bridgerton and all the other shows that I do. Also left a link to my Twitch, my Discord, and my socials, so be sure to follow them if you're interested. And Jess, thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.